Hello from Tennessee. I wanted to give some first impressions on this ocean crawler, and I'm actually going to, I kind of ramble a little bit. I'm actually going to stick it on the rubber. So it is definitely a bulkier watch, and I think it'll actually, for me, perform a little bit better on the rubber strap. But I do like the mesh, and I struggled a little bit yesterday with the clasp. Let's see if I can do this on camera here. And so if you can tell, let me show you like this first. You get these pushers here, so that just releases. And then these right here were on a slant, and at first I thought something was wrong with it. But simply, when it's on the wrist, you just push them forward. So the cool thing is that it ratchets. It's actually a really cool design. So like if I wanted to just release it one, you just push them and it does it, and it's right there, or you can go back in. And I have my Doxa here too as well. The difference with the Doxa is the same thing, twin trigger their release, but then you just push them straight in, and it comes out, sorry. But it doesn't do the incremental as much. So it's kind of hard to explain, but it's actually an interesting design. And I imagine if I was a diver, that it would be beneficial to be able to do that on the fly there. So, sorry, rearranged some stuff today and it's falling all over the place. So let's try that there. So let me see if on camera I can get this off quick. This is a little tricky. These are this is a Bow Labs, spring bar remover. It's pretty handy, and I really want to put this on the rubber, so let's see if I can. I'm gonna pause a sec. Okay, so I got it on the rubber strap. It's a little tricky with the curved end links there. Tolerances are a little less, and with the tripod in the way, it was almost impossible for me. So respect for those of you who do this and have a channel when you try to size stuff up on the actual camera with a tripod in the way. It is definitely tricky. So there it is on the rubber. I definitely like that. I think I'm going to wear this. Probably going to head out to the pool in a little bit. So definitely brings it down a little bit in terms of weight and so forth. But it's a nice bracelet though. It does have adjustable links that I left them upstairs, but I pulled them out. This watch on the bracelet will definitely accommodate a pretty large wrist. Mine is 7 1/4, and I think I pulled that. I think there's 6 additional links, plus, you know, I think what equates to almost 6 millimeters of micro adjust too as well, or so. So definitely could fit a bigger size wrist. But I'm gonna put it on this for a little while. I was contemplating putting this on my Visitor. I'm not sure though. The clasp might be just a little bit too bulky for it. So I got thinking about this, and the reason I brought the Doxa down is to kind of just bring them down and show them comparatively, side by side here. And like I was trying to say before, you can see the push buttons versus the slanted buttons on the bottom that release the adjustment. But very similar in design. Mito also does a clasp kind of like this too as well, and I'm sure there's some other brands too as well. So Just interesting from the standpoint of definitely some similarities with the class, but in some ways, I kind of like. I would like it if Doxa had that same incremental where you can just very simply just kick it out a click. So, kind of find that handy. And for those of you that are interested, just wanted to show these side by side quick. Definitely both have a cushion case kind of design. Doxa is a little bit smaller. The Ocean Crawler could be, they've got tons of different variety in terms of meteorite dials, different colored dials and so forth. So it'd be something that, I don't know if it could be a test run for a Doxa. While there are some similarities, the Doxa is, a little bit thinner. That mid case is a little thinner too as well. Definitely an interesting side by side there too as well. In terms of price point, this is about $2,000 retail. These are about 1,000 retail. These, however, the Doxa hold their value from what I'm seeing. These retain a lot of their value. Unfortunately, the Ocean Crawlers crash big time. So while it's twice as much retail wise, I think it's a type of comparison that maybe not fair, because this is a very iconic watch, and that brand cachet definitely means something too as well. But this the Ocean Crawler is no joke, built real well. You can hear the bezel action there. So I'm liking it. The compression diver, you can kind of see, I don't really know much about the compression tables and so forth, but I'm guessing that what you see on the Doxa there is just done internally on the dial on here. So just kind of interesting. And for an enthusiast who's kind of really into dive watches, definitely my favorite genre of watches, definitely an interesting comparison. So I realize that was a huge ramble, but that's it for now. And as always, stay positive, make friends, enjoy the journey. Take care, everybody.